Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video we're going to be reading the Unwanteds. So I'm not going to be reading to the chapters, so I'm going to be reading like a good amount. So I hope you enjoyed that, but I'll read to the next chapter maybe later today or maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see when I can. Okay, so let's get started. Okay. So I'm started on I ended it last time at I read to the chapter. And so this chapter is called Magic and Art. Okay, so let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Lonnie and Megan made their way down the long hallway. In search of their rooms in the mansion, Megan's door called out to her almost immediately as it was located near the entrance to the balcony. After a quick exchange and a reminder to meet in the lounge later, Lonnie continued down the hallway alone. All the other new children had found their rooms as well by now, so the hallway was eerily silent. Lonnie walked slowly past more statues who nodded to her cordially if she looked at them, and bright square things on the walls. Paintings, Mr. Today had called them, of all colors and sizes. As she neared the end, growing more and more concerned that there would be no door calling out her name. As she neared the end, growing more and more concerned that there would be no door calling out her name, one burst open, and a smallish, yellowish, featherish figure emerged. Lonnie startled and nearly screamed, because it is one thing to see a magical creature when in the company of others, and quite another thing entirely to have one nearly upon you when you're alone. But it was worry for nothing. The feathery creature, its body might have looked like a platypus if it weren't so feathery, and its beak was definitely parrot-like. Seemed more frightened of Lonnie than Lonnie seemed of her. "Squee, squaw!" the creature cried out in a high-pitched voice. "I beg your pardon?" Lonnie said, stepping back. "I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?" repeated the creature. And Lonnie, feeling bold after all, when you've been marked for elimination, everything else seems easy, bent down and held out her hand. "My name is Lonnie," she said. The creature waddled up to Lonnie, clamped its beak lightly on Lonnie's finger, and then mimicked the girl saying, "My name is Lonnie." And then it erupted into a puffball of giggles and ran madly down the hallway, wings flapping, shouting, "Lonnie! Lonnie! Lonnie!" all the way to the end. Lonnie watched in shock until the bloody prot, for that is what it was, disappeared. If her name is Lonnie too, then how will I know which room is mine? Lonnie wondered. But the platyprot's doorway didn't beckon to Lonnie as she passed it. Finally, Lonnie approached the end of what she had thought might be a never-ending hallway. "Good evening, Lonnie," greeted the last door on the right in a cheerful voice. The door swung open, and Lonnie walked inside. And while several magical things awaited Lonnie inside, her room. She was so overwhelmed and exhausted that it was impossible for her to do anything except sink into an overstuffed chair. Lonnie was amazed at its softness, for all she had ever known were harsh wooden seats and worn out bedrolls on the floor. She leaned her head back and closed her eyes for a moment. It had been a very long day before anyone could say, "Jim the winged tortoise." She was asleep. Elsewhere in the girls' Elsewhere in the girls' hall, Megan explored her room and was delighted to find that it was nearly as large as an entire Quill house, with a sitting area, a bedroom, and a lovely bathroom with pretty soaps, fluffy towels, and a bubbling waterfall bathtub. In the drawers and closets were was everything a girl could ask for, and infinitely more. Since Quillans were accustomed to living in very sparse conditions, here all the clothes were exactly the right size, and the styles and the colors complemented Megan's personality and skin tone. The bed was not the simple rolled cot she'd known. This was soft and cushiony and raised up from the floor. The walls were decorated in soft, calm colors of blue and green that changed from bright to muted with Megan's mood and with the passing of afternoon into evening. It was simply dreamy. Megan didn't know quite what to think about the spacious quarters, the design, the unusual objects that were placed about the room. Yet she found the place utterly enchanting, and it was both enchanting and enchanted. Her room had a large rectangular screen on the wall, like a black chalkboard, with information scribbled on it. It kept the time and alerted her to come I mean alerted her to upcoming activities and events. And all she had to do to find out more about a particular something was to touch the word or ask the board a question. If she didn't wish the board to announce things randomly out loud, she just pressed a button called shush on the board. If she wanted a snack and didn't feel like walking all the way down to the kitchen, there was a corner of the blackboard that was marked pantry. If Megan touched it, she could view the contents of the kitchen pantry and send something up by tube. Ah, and the tube. Each room in the mansion was equipped with a large corner tube made of glass. An opening had been cut into its side. It looked like a very tall cinder with a platform on which to stand, and a miniature blackboard inside offered the various destinations available at the particular time. As Megan explored her room, she found a stack of papers with unusual lines and markings on them. They made no sense to her at all, so she put them aside. She also discovered a basket full of long metallic rods and wooden stick-like things of various sizes, all containing small holes and tiny levers. Cautiously, Megan touched a wooden stick and then picked it up with both hands, feeling the solid weight of it. She rolled it in her hands curiously, pushed a small metal lever near the center and released it, and then peered into the hollow end, which opened up like a big O. An oboe is a musical instrument. Mega whirled around at the voice, but saw no one. You place the other end in your mouth and blow into it, like this. Megan's blackboard lit up, and a picture of a beautiful woman appeared. The woman wet her lips, then placed her mouth on the instrument and blew into it. She moved her fingers on the levers, and a lovely, mournful tune came out of it. "Now you try it," the woman said, looking directly into Megan's eyes as if she were right there in the room. I, Megan looked at the oboe. She turned it around, and the woman in the blackboard showed Megan how to hold it properly. Megan copied the hand positions and then wet her lips and blew. "A little harder," the woman encouraged. "And keep your tongue near it." Megan tried again and the oboe squeaked. The woman smiled warmly. "Lovely. We'll work on that a little each day. Until next time, then." The woman faded to the black, and words appeared once again. Megan quickly put the basket of instruments away when she saw that it was nearly time for her to meet her brother. Well, that's all I'm going to be reading for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you can. I'm not sure if the comments will work, but it's been disabled lately. So let me know if they work. I mean, you can't let me know if they work. I mean, you could, but if they're disabled, you can't. So, bye, everyone.